Jared McCain was ranked as the number 13 player in the nation and a 5-star prospect coming out of high school, and he's currently starting as a true freshman for Duke, where he's averaging almost 13 points a game and 4.5 rebounds on 46% from the field and 40% from the three-point line. I think he might be the most pro-ready player in college basketball, and in my opinion, Jared McCain is a potential lottery pick, and here's why. Now, as of today, I've looked through multiple NBA mock drafts, with the highest I've seen Jared McCain projected to go at 20th to the Miami Heat, and McCain has only drawn comparisons to players such as Gabe Vincent and Landry Shaman. But today in this Jared McCain film breakdown, I'm going to show you why, in my opinion, Jared McCain might potentially be worth a lottery pick. To start with, this whole video is based off of Jared McCain's ability to be super consistent with his decision making, and in this sequence of clips from his game against Clemson this year, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Now, everyone knows that the NBA today is ruled by the pick and roll. In this first clip, you're going to see that Jared McCain makes the correct read as his primary defender gets caught going under the screen, so he pulls the three, which is probably his best attribute that will translate to the pro level. Now, in this next clip on the next possession, you're going to see that his defender has to adjust by chasing him over the screen because of his ability to shoot, which McCain reads correctly and uses his step of advantage to get downhill to the basket, finishing off 2 feet. Now, on the next clip, because McCain just showed his ability to use the screen, the defender tries to ice it, but because the defender gets caught playing so aggressive, it makes it easy for a rescreen where he is sealed behind the screen, so McCain is easily able to snake it and get to his spot, which again is probably his most lethal attribute as a future NBA player. And then on this final clip of the sequence, we really get into his consistency as a decision maker, where once again the defender tries to chase him over the screen, McCain snakes it and then finishes extremely strong off 2 feet at the basket. Now, for my current players that are watching the video, when it comes to being a primary ball handler, being a consistent decision maker is so important, because if you think about it, it's really the only way they can trust you in every situation of the game. Every coach will tell you they trust their best players the most, so watch and study basketball so you can learn how to make these decisions correctly. Now, the second elite pro trait that Jared McCain possesses is his catch and shoot ability. Now, Jared McCain's catch and shoot ability might be the best in the country, and in my opinion is what makes him possibly one of the most pro-ready guys in the nation, and it's what his whole entire game flows out of. I want you guys to pay attention to a couple things. One of them, how he's constantly down and ready, and his footwork is clean whenever he's coming to meet the ball for catch and shoot shots. He's not just standing straight up like a twig. One of the things that really frustrates me when I'm training and coaching players is that they say they want to be good shooters, but they don't act like they want the ball, and their posture doesn't say they want the ball when it comes time for them to shoot a catch and shoot shot, or when they're standing in the corner being ready to be a kick out guy. That's never an issue with McCain. As you guys can see, one of the things that he does really well is his hands are always ready, and these might seem like little things, but guys, when we're getting to these elite level of shooters, and what separates the difference between a 40% three-point shooter and a 35% three-point shooter, which is a huge difference. We're talking about little things like that, like footwork and the ability to be ready mentally and physically when it comes to shooting your shot. Now, when we were talking about Elliot Cadeau and his player breakdown, we said there were only 2 things that translate to every level of basketball, and those are elite size and elite shooting. And while Jared McCain is only 6'3", he doesn't have the elite size, but he has extremely elite shooting and shot preparation that makes him a plug-and-play player in any NBA system, and he can be an impactful player on a winning team extremely early, his rookie year. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about with Jared McCain, and it actually flows out of his three-point shot, is his ability to play with limited dribbles and in the mid-range. Now, I really want you guys to pay attention to this facet of Jared McCain's game, because what you're going to notice on all these buckets is he's attacking long closeouts or defenders that are over-pursuing because of his ability to shoot the ball. Right there is a perfect example. Defender is out of position, so he goes and shoots the mid-range shot because the defender's on his hip. And he's also never doing any of this off of a bunch of dribbles. It's always 1, 2 at the most 3, which is going to be super important with the long bodies and spacing issues that's going to be happening in the NBA for him. His footwork is also always super clean when it comes to shooting jump shots off the dribble. He's really good at the inside-outside footwork, which in short, that means when you're dribbling left, your footwork should be right-left going into your pull-up jump shot, and when you're dribbling right, your footwork should be left-right going into your pull-up jump shot. When it comes to the NBA level, we're talking about milliseconds in between getting a shot off or a shot not even being available, so the fact that McCain's footwork is this polished this early on in his career is super encouraging for him and as an NBA prospect. And guys, if you're a player right now and you're not working on these little footwork things, you need to be working on them. You guys are going in the gym and just doing a bunch of cone drills where you're doing 4 and 5 move combos, but you can't do a simple dribble pull up with correct footwork, then I question what you're working on. Coaches all the time say take what the defense gives you, but in order to take what the defense gives you, you have to be skilled enough to take what the defense is giving. Having said that, the final thing we will be going over today in McCain's breakdown is his ability to finish off of 2 feet strong at the basket. Now, I'll say that I'm not a fan of always finishing off of 2 feet because I think there's time and place for everything, but when you're as naturally skilled at it as Jared McCain is and you can get to it as much as he does, then go for it. Finishing off of 2 feet allows you to be strong, but most importantly, it allows you to be under control, especially when you're dealing with 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot down there in the paint. Another thing I want you to notice about Jared McCain is a lot of these again are off of long closeouts, so everything flows from his ability to shoot the ball. Then also, whenever he's going to the basket, he's not doing it with planned moves. He's going moving as fast as he can, and he will only make a move when he has to. He doesn't have stuff planned out. Players go into games and go into situations with moves planned, and that makes it so you look super clunky and robotic, which is never good as a player. If you don't have to make a move, don't make a move, and McCain is really good at that. If you watch the best finishers in the NBA, whether it's Steph or Kyrie, they have the ability to finish off 1 feet and 2 feet, and clearly McCain does as well. Now, in closing, I'm not saying that Jared McCain should be the #1 overall pick or even should be at the top of the lottery. I'm saying he's more of a lower lottery level, and that's because of these 4 things that he can do extremely well and extremely consistent, and they all flow from his ability to shoot the basketball at a high clip, which is basically going to make him a winning player immediately on any franchise he goes to. I understand that only being 6'3" at the shooting guard position is an issue, specifically when we're talking about defense, but in my opinion, McCain is solid enough at defense, and let's be real, unfortunately, in today's NBA, defense isn't that big of a priority. If you can put the ball in the hole and you can shoot, then you're going to have a spot on any roster. It's not like McCain isn't good at defense because of effort or technique. He's just not 6'8" or 6'9". But that's my opinion on Jared McCain. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I want to say thank you guys so much for the support, though, and I'll see you soon.